Hello. Welcome to SPL Power Rankings for Season 8. We got a lot of sheeshas in the chat right now. The chat really do be sheeshing. Hi, YouTube viewers. You were unfortunate enough to miss the live edition of this recording, but we are currently about to do the SPL Power Rankings for Season 8. I haven't done any yet. It is the 19th of May currently. There's a chant going on and everyone's saying hi YouTube. That's great. That's great that we can do that now. Isn't that a good feature? Hi YouTube. That's pretty fun. Anyway, hello everybody. Cheers. So, power rankings. What we're going to be doing is we're going to be ranking the teams for how I feel the players have performed individually in the first 4 weeks of the SPL from position 1 to 8 in each role. So we'll know definitively who's the best solo laner, who's the worst solo laner, who's the middlest ADC, who's the 7th best ADC. We'll know it all. I don't do ties. Core Nickel, thank you very much for the prime. Welcome to the hashtag Nation. Welcome to my heart. Sheesh. Appreciate it. I don't do ties, and I don't fuck about. Are the clear things I'd like to let you know here. I don't. We're not going to be copping out on any of these. There's going to be no, well, you know, they're joint first and second together in first. They're both the best. Thank you very much, Ice, for the prime. Welcome back to the hashtag Nation. Welcome to my heart. 11 months. Stop yeeting, chat. I will ban you all. I'll unmod Hawk. Okay. I need to just make everybody very angry. Oh my god. Thanks for the gifted sparkles and cream. See, why didn't you do this before I started the recording? Now YouTube have to sit through all of your nonsense, chat. They're going to think you're idiots. They're going to think you're idiots. Right. Let's get this show on the road. Let's go. We're getting into the power rankings. Will we start from solo again? Will we start from ADC again? Dude, solo is really hard. Huh. I think I'm going to start from ADC. Start at mid? I could start at mid. It's an option. Start solo? Let's start solo. I mean, let's go through. I mean, it's the first one of the season. Let's start the way that you should start. Okay. Who is the #1 solo laner? I want to check something actually. See if I can play music while we do this, because it would be nice to have music on. One sec. Recording. It uses track 1. Which one's track 1? Track 1 is the one with the music. Criminal. Criminal by me. No stalling. Okay, so prior to week 4 of the SPL, which is the one we just had, it would be an easy decision to stick Final K at the top. But it is no longer an easy decision. I think Final K had a pretty bad week, personally. Got soloed by Haddix, got given the business a little bit by SOT as well. So, the #1 player in the SPL in the solo lane so far. Now we'll start from number 8. Let's start from number 8. Okay, chat. We'll start from number 8. Who is number 8 though? I mean, right, okay, so it goes down to, I think when you're looking at number 8, you're probably looking over at this side. I've got this in the right order, okay? I see a Salt in the chat. I see a Ducky in the chat. I think they've been the standout players on their team. I think each of them has been the best player on their team. Nika probably as well, and Benji's really turned things around in the last couple weeks. Everyone thinks Ducky? Really? He's been so good, though. He's made, some would call him a permaban for his team. SOT has been outstanding, especially last week. All right, chat. All right. You know what? I'll go with you. I find that these bottom ones are nowhere near as cut and dry as you all might believe they are. Nika and Benji, I think, are my next two, by the way. Who goes where? I'm going to go... Benji was rotten in the 3 Titans losses they had, and he was also rotten in their first win. He was really good in their last 2 wins. But he has won a lot more games than Nika. Nika's only won 1 set. Nika has been the best player on his team. It's been the core, I think, of being the main issue for the Warriors. But I'm going... I'm going Nika, then Benji. Nika, then Benji in 6th. Then... who's next? Oh, what are you doing here, Nika? What's up, Panatom? I'm taking care of business. Yeah, once he wins games, he can move up. They're bottom of the league. He's lucky he's not 8th. Saw had 1 good set. Saw had several good sets. Saw was great in the Herc against... who was that against? I think that was against Titans. Saw was outstanding against Titans, and Salt was really good against... Do you guys even watch the SPL? Do you even watch it? You don't, do you, chat? I know you don't. None of you watch it. Alright, chat. Fine. Fine. You know what? No, you know what? No. You know what? You know what? Fine. Benji did have 4 bad sets. He did have 4 bad sets. He had 4 bad sets, to be fair. Did Nika have 4 bad sets? Probably not. Probably not. I've been convinced. I've been convinced. Why is Salt above Nika and Benji? Because he's been better. Salt was great. You had 1 bad set? Yeah. But you kept losing, so. And even when you were playing great, you know, man, didn't do enough with your lead for me, Nika. Even when you, what were you playing? You played Arthur and you soloed somebody. But you and Cuvo together failed to invade the blue. And then you failed to invade any backs as well. So I've got Sot in 5th. Huli has had 1 bad set for sure, which is when Nika gave him the hands, to be fair. And he will be the next one. He will be next up. Julio, playing from EU, doing very, very well. Same with Ducky, to be fair. Ducky, I think Ducky has definitely been comparable to these guys, for sure, in the way that he's played. I would like to move him up, but it is what it is. Huli in at number 4. Number 3, Mr. I think I'm going to go Fino, then Haddix, then Variety. Variety has been the most consistent, played the best. What are you all upset about now? Haddix above Fino. He literally soloed him. He literally soloed him. How can I put Fino above Haddix if he's getting soloed by him? How can I do that? How can I do that? Explain it to me, chat. Explain it to me. You fucking fools. You're so dumb. Nika solo Julio? Yeah, but Nika's... Yeah, he's expected to be up there. He just plays lane pressure gods manners. Thank you so much for the 2 months. I mean, you guys are... Who do you think... What do you think I have wrong there? Serious question. What's wrong? What's wrong with my list? Julio is literally first. He did get dicked down by the number 6 solo laner, Nika, though. That's got to move you down. Fino's still number 1. Fino had a terrible weekend. I think he played bad against the Bolts and bad against the Scarabs. He got kind of handled in the Scarabs, especially. Picked Kamazots and looked lost. Okay, chat? I mean, that's literally a third of his game. A third of his sets. More than a third of his games, in fact, because they were both 2-1s. He was great in week 1 to 3. He was fantastic, even, I'd say. Which is why he's third. Which is why he's third. Now. Ooh. Anyway. That's it. That's the definitive solo rankings. Haddix over Variety. I think Variety's had a bit more consistency than Haddix. They have both been great, though. They've been the best 2 I'd say these two are the only two who have not had... I don't think either of them's had a bad set thus far as I can remember. I think they've both been fantastic. Friends power ranking? Yeah, it's true. All my pals at the top. I did team with Variety, to be fair. But I also team with Nika. Next up. It's so fucking criminal. Every time I do one of these, I immediately regret it. You know what, chat? I'll finish this beer and then I'll pour myself a glass of wine. I had slightly more left in it than I thought. But you know what, chat? Absolutely no problem. Pardon me. I apologize. Let's get some wine. Everybody, just take a chill, okay? Everybody just chill the fuck out. For a second, alright? I am angry that Nika started the stream before me. But also, you don't really get to be higher than 6th if you're on the last place team, do you? I don't know, we'll find out with the rest of the Oni Warriors rankings. Wine time. Angry chat. Already. I feel like Nika's been performing consistently well. I feel like he's been good, especially in lane, and he had a really great set on Tsukiyomi. But what I think has been disappointing has been the way in which he's used those leads. I think the game against Huli was a big pointer towards it. I know it's hard to play around your side of the map when you're losing everywhere else, but he didn't invade any backs. He just stood on the edge of Huli's tower, almost got soloed from ahead, actually, got pushed into tower, lost his beads, didn't manage to invade a single blue, and then they lost the game. And I feel like other people who are higher up in the list, when they've gotten leads, those have translated into wins or at least dominant play towards the end. So yeah, there you go. That's my opinion on that stuff. Mid now. We're not doing mid yet. We're doing jungle first. Delay your scrims, Ox. Oh, but also everybody quieten down for a sec. I tried a bottle of Tenants. Yeah, the export. Is it import, export? Whatever it's called. I have tried it, yeah. Or do you mean like Tenants super bottles or whatever? Anyway, here we go. Everybody stop bitching for it, but we're all going to have a mental reset here, okay? Cheers, everybody. Thanks, Rachel. My Scottish accent becomes more pronounced the more I drink, I find. But it's not, I don't have a strong Scottish accent. Anyway. Here we go. Next up. The jungle lane. The junglers. Who is your number 8 jungler? I think you gotta give it to the boy. Quavo Fred goes in at number 8. Had a tough time. I feel like the whole core of the Warriors have had a tough time thus far this season. They have not been very good. So Fred down towards the bottom. Hopefully he can turn it around. But I think he struggled with the ping a lot. Who else has struggled a lot with the ping? Has Johnny struggled a lot with the ping? I would say he struggled quite a lot. I mean, again, you're looking at these 4, probably these 5 even. We'll see. We'll see where we go with this. I think I'm going to go Johnny here. And let's try and avoid recency bias here, chat. Johnny was great on the low-key. He's not been too great on everything else. It has to be said. The rat hasn't looked that good. Scary has had a couple good games on the Raven. He's not... Why is everybody saying I'm forgetting Twig? What are you all talking about? Do you want Twig to be bought? What? I'm so weirded out by each. I don't know when you're trolling me and when you're not. Scary in at number 6. And then Layers in at number 5. I feel like if you compare this bottom 4 to this bottom 4, this bottom four has been a lot better than this bottom four, to be frank. I think that the junglers have looked a lot worse this season. I don't know if that's just because solo's easy, or the solo laners are good and the junglers are bad, or because we've got a couple of these guys playing on EU ping who are really going to struggle with their god selection and their performance, and then this is a role swap and this is a rookie. But yeah, this is where I've got them all. I think Scary almost gets in above layers, but Scary had three... When the Titans were losing, Scary looked really bad, to be frank. He had 3 really bad sets, and he's had 3 good sets since then, with a couple of total standout games. Yeah. Lasbra 4. Yeah, I agree with you on that, chat. Absolutely. Lasbra in at number 4. I think he's been pretty okay for his team. Fantastic on the circuit in particular. Looked really, really strong on that. And yeah, I don't know. I feel like we're not too out there yet. Okay, this is where I start to disagree with you, chat, because Sam is my number 3 pick. I think he's been good. I think he's had definite good games, but he's had moments where he's had a couple of really bad deaths. I remember having a couple of bad deaths around red buff on Thanatos on one game. He gets in there for sure. Sam gets in there, which I love to see, but he dies a lot. He does make mistakes. Yeah, I think he's really good. Top 2, chat. Now, I know you all think I'm extremely biased, which is why I'm going to have to put Panatom at number 1 and Twig at number 2 to clear my good name. I think Panatom's been running the map better than any other jungler this year. Twig's been fantastic as well. They are a clear top 2 for me. But Twig I think Twig actually had a really rough set against... Was that against the Leviathans? No, it was against the Dragons, right? Panatom's been pretty consistent. I think Panatom has been more consistent, and he just... I love the way Panatom's been playing this year. I feel like he's made more of a switch up to facilitate for his team and play more early game and focus around dual lane, around Ronnie and Hardcore, and he's a big reason why Hardcore has looked so good in a lot of the games, because Ronnie and Panatom have been enabling him and getting him ahead and making sure that he's sitting there ahead on that Anhur or that Heim and doing great work. So that's where I've got. Should you be scared? I don't know. Should you be scared? Maybe. We'll see. Damn, I'm really going to have to move some of these Kings players down if I've got them 1 and 2 on solo and jungle. They're the 3rd best team if you go by the amount of wins. Panatom plays so much for his team. Agreed, yeah. You can already put BMT number 1. I will put BMT number 1. He is the number 1 mid laner this season so far. And he will be there. Shinto first, no please. Don't worry, he's not first. He is close though. Big Man Tings is my number 1 mid laner, and then you've got Shinto. We're going from the top this time. Shinto number 2. Yep. Also very good. These two I think are standouts above the rest. Now let's think about this. Now we got to think, because this is hard. Who is your number 8? Who's your number 8? I'm going to go from the bottom now. I'm not going to 3 yet, because I want to think about this. This is really hard. Is Dardes number 8? Is Baronic number 8? That's Toxic Layers, man. He's your teammate. Oh, yeah, Zeros. Yeah, Zeros is number 8. Never mind. Zeros is number 8. Oh, he's number 8 and number 7. No, just one of them, please. Zeros, number 8. And then I think, do you go Dardes or Baronic? Dardes has had his moments. He's admitted himself he's been playing the wrong gods. So I think I go, but Baronic has forced Yanis bans, looked really good in certain games. I really liked the fact that Baronic had a bit of a stinker on the Yanis 1 game and then whipped it out again in the next game, and I think maybe the 3rd as well. I can't remember, but that was a very it showed maturity in the lane. So I'm putting Dardes in at number 7, Baronic in at number 6. Paul, a guy who started very poorly, the Zong pick and some other things were not ideal, but since then has really stepped it up in the later on ones. Ven and Hurry are the other two. So we're looking at these three. We're looking at Paul, Ven, Hurry. Who do I have at number 5? Paul has been so good in the Titans' recent wins for sure. Ven as well. Looked fantastic on a few different gods, but all three of these guys I think have had it. Have they all had a standout Tiamat game? Ven and Paul definitely have. Did Hurry play Tiamat? Well, Van vs Hurry, you know where that went. So you kind of got to go. Hurry played it. Yeah, all three of them I think played well on it. Hurry's been fantastic outside of the Bolt set. I mean, again, with the Dragons, they've all looked great apart from this week, really. So it's really hard. But then again, I mean, this week it's a third of the sets they've played, right? It's a third of the sets they've played. So where do they go? I think Paul has had the worst games of the lot. I mean, to start off the season, Paul... Then again, though, Paul played Morrigan in one of their early sets and was about the only bright spot on the Titans in that set. And that's while playing with a core of Scary and Aurora who looked horrendous at the time. So does he go in at number 5 or does he sneak up a place? God, this is hard. This is hard. We do have to look back on the Paul double Zonqui. We got to remember that happened. I know it was in week 1, chat. And he has looked great since then. We do have to remember it, but I think I'm putting him... Yeah, I feel like I have to decide between Ven and Hurry, so I'll put Paul at 3rd, just so I can do that. Just so I can decide between Ven and Hurry. I feel like that's the way we got to do it. And this is going to finally... We're about to settle the beef. We're about to squash the beef, chat. Who has been better? Ven? Chat. Paul has had one bad set. I agree. First set, he was really bad. Other than that, he's playing with a very bad core who have been poor. And he has been he's been the best player on his team. By far. By far the best player on his team. Recency bias. Fuck you all. Fuck you and your... You know what? I'm drinking some wine. Let's see how this wine is. Oh, do you want to see the bottle, by the way? Free advertising. Naked Wines. You want to sponsor me? Walla Walla Valley Cabernet Sauvignon. Look at that. Look at that. Oh, it's beautiful. That's a beautiful label. Where's Paul's team placed? They are 5th. They're 5th and his teammates are 6th and 7th. So it makes sense that he has to be up there to compensate for them now. Where's Scream on this list? Theoretically, Scream. He's 4th. 5th. I don't know what the spam is. Yeah, Sino started, I think. Anyway, mids, 4th and 5th. Who comes in here? It's Venenu in the 4th slot. Hurriwind in the 5th slot. I think Ven got the better of him. You've got to say he got the better of him. He got the better of him on Twitter. He got the better of him on the server. And he gets the better of him in the tier list. That's the end of it. That's the end of it. You guys are so angry. That's perfect. This is what I need. This is the exposure I need, chat. Okay. Support. Moving along to the next item on the tier list. Support. There is a clear battle for the bottom two here between Rafa and Neil Matt, who have both been running it down and feeding every week. They've both fed their brains out. It has to be said. It has to be said sometimes. No more chants. No more chants, for God's sake. These chants have to go. YouTuber watching us right now, Twitch. You're supposed to be better than this. Oh, for crying out loud. I can't consider it, Biggie's paid me off. It's a mod thing, Tyke. It's a new mod thing. You can start chants now and everybody just clicks a button. But purely because of the power of the War Flag Ymir, Rafa pips Neil to the bottom spot, and Neil is going to be in 7th. Congratulations, Neil. You made it there. I think Raf has looked worse than Neil, but both have looked bad. Both cores, these two cores have looked a little bit lost. None of them are playing well together. I think that was the thing with Scary, Paul, and Aurora as well when the Titans were struggling for the first 3 sets. I think to the Scarabs, to some extent as well, is the teams that have struggled a lot have been the ones where their core isn't gelling that well and aren't playing that well together. Okay. Who comes in at number 6? I mean, I think you look at all 3 of these, honestly, in the same light. I don't think Jake has continued his form from the end of last season. I don't think he's really been that good. Aurora has been pretty off and on. Same with the rest of this core. Oh God. It's clear. I think these 3 are not too far away from each other. I think they're a group of 3, like this is a group of 2, right? I think there's a group of 2 here, a group of 3 here, and then we'll see what we're like with the top 3. What's a weekend tier list? I don't know what that means. Stop doing that. I'm gonna unmod people. I will start unmodding people. Any more bullshit chants and mods have got to go. Can I turn chants off? Is this an option for me? I need that. This can't keep happening. You're ruining my viewing pleasure. What do you guys think of my candle, by the way? What a candle. Oh, there's no chance of turning off. Not bad, not bad. All right, I'm going to keep going with the tier list so that you don't troll anymore, chat. We're going to put... God. This is hard. This is hard. I think Jake has been more consistent than the other 2, so I'm going to put him in at 4. And then it's these 2 I struggle between. I think... What is a weekend? What do you mean a weekend tier list? I don't understand what you mean. Marcelo. You keep asking me that and I don't know what it means. I'm so confused. Oh, I'm stressing out, chat. I'm stressing out. I don't know what's happening. Right, okay, I'm gonna start ignoring the chat. Chat, I don't see you. Number 6. I'm gonna go inbound. Number 6, Aurora. Number 5. I think they've been much of a muchness, but I do have to separate them somehow because we're not a cop-out. We're not a cop-out stream here. And Aurora's team have won more games. They've won 3 sets, so they get in there. Number 3 has to be genetics. Oh, it's Aurora apparently. It has to be genetics. He gets in there. Congratulations, Sam. Up to number 3. It's a long way up. A long way you've traveled from last season in the SCC up to place number 3. You could probably rap about that. You made it. Not number 9 anymore. Ronnie and PBM. Interesting. I think that PBM's been slightly off the boil this season. And I don't think that Wrong You's been as outstanding as we've seen him at previous parts of last season. I think both have looked slightly off their game, but I will go PBM number 2 and Wrong You number 1, as most of you in chat seem to agree. We're all on a similar wavelength on this one. Do you guys happier about my support tier list? I feel like there was less anger about this one. Less anger. Which one are you most angry about? Are you most angry about... I think it was Solo. Was it Solo everyone was raging about? Nika number 6? I hate you all. I hate you all talking about my weekend tier list. It was mid? What do you hate about mid? People molded about Paul third. Paul had a bad week 1, and since then he's been pretty good. I'm sorry. He was even good on the Morrigan game when they were losing. He was great when they started winning. Every time his Tiamat was the best of any of the Tiamats. The Zongqi, yeah, I did mention that, Twig. It was criminal. The Zongqi was absolutely crime animal. It does have to be said. It was maybe the most crime animal thing I've ever seen. He did, and he picked it again. Didn't they pick Zong with 4 fizz as well? It was Chrysanthemum, for sure. It wasn't good. But other than that, it's been pretty good. It has to be said. Other than that, it's been pretty good. Whipped out the Janus, the J-Anus, as we like to call it in the business. Looked pretty good on it. The Tiamat, I think he had the single best Tiamat, although Van and Hurry, Shinto have also had very good. And yeah. But these 3, Twiggy, I don't know if you were here at the time, these 3 were much of a muchness, but then I put Paul at the top so I could decide between Van and Hurry to decide their Twitter battle and see who won. Recency bias? I mean, yeah, obviously. Recency bias. Week 1 of the SPL, who gives a fuck about it? Doesn't even matter. Who cares? What does it even matter? Whole SPL's recency bias. Fucking fools. It's how Worlds works as well. It's all recency bias. The BM Tiamat? Yeah, BM Tiamat was good also. He's the number 1, alright? He doesn't need anything else. Next up. Attack damage carry. Attack damage carry. Who is your number 8? It's Emilito. He has respectfully done approximately nothing this season, which has been his plan. His plan has been to do nothing, but respectfully, he's achieved it. He did get soloed by vote. And yeah, he soloed Barra. Did he? So wait for Kronos to be meta. He needs to do it. Yeah, I mean, Emil is an EU player playing on NA ping on the most ping-dependent role. It's very hard to stay in the lane and survive, even, especially in the current meta. If you don't have good relic usage and you can't react quickly, it's hard to survive against Anher, who's a very meta hunter right now. So yeah, I mean, Emil's number 8. But also, we gotta be like, poor Emil. Oh, poor Emil. He's having a tough time out there. Number 7. Another man who has done nothing this season, to be frank. Is it okay to put Fino so low? He's 3rd, dude. He's the 3rd best solo laner in the world. Yeah, Zap's number 7. He has not done very much either. I think he had a really great Heim game recently. He's a very, very good Heim player and has been good in general, but I'm putting Zap in at number 7. Feel like he's not done too much for his team. The 2-time, I imagine he's doing a lot of the calling and stuff like that, but we don't see any of that. Yeah. All right. Is vote number 6? We got vote Cyclone Barra. There are question marks here. Has Barra done anything this season? Cyclone has done things for sure. I think we go vote. Votes top 4, Cyclone sync. If you do recency bias, Cyclone number 1, true. How is Barra above Zap? I think Barra's been better than Zap. I love how you're calling them useless. They're all useless, Ben. I get to. Because I'm just an alcoholic who watches Smite a lot. I can say whatever I want. Nobody can do a thing. I'm going to go vote. I'm not. You know what? Fuck the fans. Fuck the fans. Tell me I won't. I feel like the thing about the Warriors is their side lanes have been, like, good. This is hard. This is hard, chat, but I won't cop out. I won't cop out. That's the thing about me. That's the thing you've got to remember. I won't cop out. I won't cop out. I will make a decision. I think Cyclone Spin looked pretty bad in their losses, right? But even in their losses, he was going to get soloed, but then Paul TP... I remember Paul Morrigan ulted over, but it was a good bait by Cyclone. That was definitely planned. And he hasn't gotten soloed too much, which I think is very important. Like ripping a band-aid off. Like ripping a band-aid off, chat. Even though it took me like 30 minutes to get the courage up to do it. I have done it quickly. This is where they're at. This is where they're at right now. Vote is 4th. No, he's 5th. That's 1 position away. 1 position away. What is this latency bias? There is a bit of latency bias on this in the Emperor's Last. Cyclone, was Cyclone particularly bad in their losses? I think the Titans lost purely off their core, who I've placed 6th, 5th, and 4th. So he becomes 4th. And I put Benji 7th, which doesn't really make any sense. But Benji was also bad. I feel like the thing about the Titans is their core was bad, but also their side lanes were bad for the first 3 weeks, so maybe that's too high. Panda had a rough weekend. I don't think Panda had that rough a weekend. I think as far as the Dragons' losses went, I would probably put them on Hurry and Panda the least. On the other 3, the most. Okay, who have we got left? Hardcore, Netrioid, and Panda Cat. We will go. I think Panda Cat's, yeah, I didn't agree with him picking up the I think this is pretty cut and dry, by the way. This is my ordering for this. He's pretty cut and dry, hardcore, new to the role. Getting a lot of help off his support and jungler, but doing very well off of it. Not making any mistakes. Netrioid and Panda Cat both super solid also, but just with a little bit less of the X factor. And also being given less of a lead than hardcore, but you can only judge what's in front of you. You can only judge what's in front of you, I think. And that's it. Hark the Shark. Number 1 ADC. Moves roll. Becomes the GOAT. What's he done? Yeah, he got the ganks. Because they're ganking him because he's the GOAT. If you got the GOAT on your team, why not gank him? Get him ahead. Let him get his solo kills. Shark can't be stopped. Thanks, homie. People are so, it's so funny, the duality of chat. Kick Shinto. The list is shit and objective. Yeah, it is objective, that's true. I think the word you're looking for is subjective, bearded bro. But good effort, trying to look intelligent. Your name? Sorry, that was overly mean. Sorry, bearded bro. Okay. Overall, let's add them up. Let's see where they're at. 4, 5, 7, 8, 9. 9 points for the Leviathan. Surely they're the number one. And then I guess we go to purple, which is 1, 3, 4, 7, 10. 10. For the Kings. So the Kings are the second best team, clearly. Then you've got 3, 6, 11, 13, 15. Oh, 15. For the Dragons. Tier list is never right or wrong, but hurry, 5th is wrong. I mean, sorry, man. He's got to get it. He's got to stop doing whatever a Tower Boy does. I don't know what they do. 2, 6, 20... 2, 6, 20. Come in. 2, 6, 10, 14, 20. I did add it up by accident. You meant I was objective? What do you mean how am I objective? I don't understand. Oh, you really had to? I thought you were making fun of my tier list, though. I need to go back and read what you said again. Maybe I've wronged you, bearded bro. I'm so sorry. Fuck, where's it gone? Bearded bro, I've lost it. I'll read it. I'll find it. I'm gonna find it, dude. Hazer does this for clickbait and viewers. This list is shit and objective. Ah, so you mean like lists in general are shit, maybe? I was confused by it. I thought you were saying I do it for clickbait. Well, I mean, I do it because people always ask me to do it. It doesn't really gain me anything doing these tier lists and having, 1,200 viewers, which is how many I have. It doesn't gain me anything doing a stream like this, to be clear. But yeah, I also took 2 days off work to do this tier list. So if you think about it, I'm losing a lot of money for doing this tier list. Which team was I on? The Bolts were apparently 4th, I would imagine. 5th place gotta be Benji. 7, 13, 16, 21, 25 for the Titans. You get paid leave? Yeah, but if I didn't take the paid leave, I could use it to make money. I could sell it. Why don't I just sell it to somebody else? Number 7, probably going to be is it the Scarabs? I'm going to add them up. 5, 10, 16, 22, 29. This is going to be tight towards the bottom, I think. 29, and then you've got 6, 14, 21, 28, 33. It's actually not that tight at all, is it? And then you've got 8, 16, 24, 32, 39. Is that right? 8, 16, 24, 32, 39. Okay, did I do all the maths correct, chat? Anybody, Oh. That's a good copy pasta. I respect that one. I respect that copy pasta. And if you think about it, everybody who was so angry about my rankings over the standings, I mean, Dragons are above the Kings, but other than that, it's pretty spot on. It's got the standings just right. Kings and Dragons are like pretty close. I think Dragons have them on head to head, if I'm not mistaken. Could be wrong. So what do you think, chat? Where's this copy pasta from? It's like one that's used in CS:GO a lot. For like, this team is great. They just need to work on X, Y, Z, A, B, C. Recency bias. You think I'm that recency biased? Surely if I was recency biased, I would have, for instance, all of the Titans higher apart from Paul, because they've won 3 games in a row, and yet only one of them, well, only 2 of them are in the top half. It doesn't make your oldest the biased. Paul below Van Hurry. Paul had one bad set. It was really bad, and he picked a terrible god during it. But since then, he's been the 3rd best mid laner in the league. I was going to say he's been the 2nd best mid laner in the league, but then I was like, oh, thanks, chat. Stop just mindlessly joining in chats. Chants, chat. You don't believe that. You don't believe that. Why are you sending it if you don't believe it, chat? I know you don't. Sheesh. Spirit bro, thank you so much for the prime. Sorry for abusing you earlier. Welcome to the hashtag Nation World. All right, appreciate it. Oh. Thanks, Spirit bro. I am doing my best. Do you know direct mapping? Stuck on a homework problem? I don't think so, homie. I don't know. Or maybe I know it under... No, I don't think so, homie. I'm sorry. Direct mapping these nuts to your tongue? You know what I'm saying? We're still going with the spam. I'm letting you guys chill out. Any news? Meerkat, any news? Cheers, chat. It's been fun. Another power rankings done. Are we done? Anybody got any SCC list? Fuck the SCC. Fino can change a game faster than anyone on this list. I believe he's a top player in the SPL. I believe he's a top player as well. I just think he's had a bad last week. That's it. He had a bad weekend to smite, which can happen to anybody, but it did happen to him. Stop it, chat. Stop it, mods. I hate you all. Apart from Pixie. Pixie's a good mod. The rest of you. What do you even do around here? What do you even do around here other than help chat abuse me? Am I serious? Yes, Hawk. You can swap Fine OK for me if you want so his stands can sleep well. I'm sorry, Variety. But you stay at the top of the tower. That's it. It's the definitive power rank. Power rank is also the Red God is a good mod. That is true. The Red God is also a good mod. This is the definitive. Yeah, Chancer knew. It means that basically a mod can say, everybody say this, and everyone's like, all right, I'll say it. As you can see, the fucking sheep in the chat can't help it. They see the button, they're like, I'm gonna click the button. Quick, click it. The mods are taking you for a fucking ride, chat. Stop listening to them. You sheep. Put the muzzle back on? Maybe. Do your own research. I've got a 5-minute YouTube essay on why the coronavirus isn't real. Anyone want to watch it? Okay. Highest on your team? Yeah, congrats, Fu. Highest on the last place team. You're the pride of Scotland. Oh my god. This is criminal. This is criminal. I'm gonna have to disable this feature. It's too much for the chat. The chat can't handle it. These are the final power rankings. Do I think things will change when the EU players get over? Let's talk about how things will change when the EU players get over. I think Dardaz will step up a lot. I think I'm hoping that the whole of this core steps it up a lot, but we'll see. Hopefully they can get over sooner rather than later, because they're struggling. Hey, Gilligan. 1 p.m. Nice. I got it. Glad I got it right. Do havering on Friends League? I thought about it. I think it's just too nonsense to get involved with, to be honest. Johnny Fred. Yeah. I think Johnny Fred might be on the way up. I think Johnny, especially, I really believe Johnny can be a great SPL player. I think one caveat, I know that all of this I've said is just, I mean, to be clear, all of this is bullshit. I mean, who gives a fuck about power rankings, right? But people do get wound up about it. But I want to say that this is by far the strongest role this season. These have been the best. If you look at where these players... Shut Benji! No, dude! Make my nightmare come true. The solo laners... Nobody in the solo lane has looked bad. And if you look at every other role, I mean, you could argue that all three of these have looked bad, maybe even all four of these, maybe even Laspra's had his moments. But particularly, these three have had like bad games. Whereas you would say with these, Benji had a couple bad games at the start, but after that, been good. Ducky, I think, has been the best player on his team, and he's ended up at number 8, which is tough. Yeah. What you'd say is if you move an ADC, the worst you can say for these three is they've not really done anything. The rest of I think these 5, what they've got on the bottom 3 is that they've done things other than hit towers. Coach power rankings, I will never do that. You can't remember having a bad game? I saw you on the backliners, Benji. You said you trolled. I saw it. You even said you trolled. What do you mean? I don't understand. Weekend tier list? Friday? Saturday? Sunday. That's the weekend tier list. A, B, C. S, A, B. How is Friday weekend? It's literally the end of the working week. Sorry that you're not a working man peeking, so you don't understand. But if you don't include Friday as part of the weekend, Friday evening is the weekend. If you don't think it's part of the weekend, you're deluded. You're deluded. Friday, yeah. On Saturday, I'm like, oh no, tomorrow's Sunday. The next day's Monday. That's me. Oh, fuck. I'm blocked. Coffins, dude. All right, I'm calling it there. We're going to say goodbye to YouTube, everybody. Everybody say bye to YouTube. Don't do a fucking chant about it, though, you dicks. Bye, YouTube. Thanks for hanging out. Click the like button. Subscribe. Hit the bell. Don't leave me abusive comments down below. Thanks for watching. Bye.